Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Today we have Dr. Christie, and I still forgot. I am so sorry. I forgot to correct her name. I apologize. Everybody know I am the worst with names, but I'm going to correct her name because her name is not Christine. Her name is Dr. Christie Black-Murrell. And we're going to be up close and personal with her on today. She's going to be sharing just a little bit about herself in her journey in becoming an author. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring her up. Hi, hi, hi. How are
Hey,
you today?
hey,
And welcome, welcome, welcome. And I
hello.
apologize. I apologize for the
It's okay.
spelling of your name.
It's okay. I see we still didn't quite get it. It's okay. I know who I am. It's all right.
But you know what? I fixed it on there. I didn't fix it on the welcome.
Oh,
So we got to get that fixed.
gotcha.
So let me hide that. We just gonna take that down and let your name show that you made.
Okay, sound
So
like a
how
winner.
are you today? How are you today?
I am marvelous, marvelous. It
Well,
is
I
a
am
sunny
super
day here in
excited
Georgia.
to have you on today. I've been following you on Facebook and I'll be seeing your posts. You have some amazing children books. And I like that little tutu that you had on.
Yeah.
So I like to go and check out my authors a little bit that I bring on the show. And I tell you, you are an amazing young lady. And I would just love for you to share with our platform today just a little bit about who you are in your journey into becoming an author.
Okay. It's so funny when people ask me who am I. That is the hardest question for me to answer because I feel like I'm so many facets at so many times and different things to different people. It's hard to kind of break all of that down. But I guess the biggest thing is that I am a child of God. I guess I'll start there, and then I am a wife and a mom. I'm a author by purpose and a counselor by trade. So I've been counseling for good about 15 years, and in that process, um, it just kind of helped me in my mind to be a better writer. This is actually only my first children's book, but my start was poetry. Um, every like from a child to now. That's just my way of dealing with any kind of feelings that I had, whether they're happy, sad, angry feelings, was to kind of write it out. And so as an adult, I saw that my journaling was helpful for me and felt like it might be something that might be helpful for other people, which brought about my very first book, which was Random Thoughts of a Perplexed, Relaxed Soul. And just like the title, it is conflicting feelings. Each chapter was a different feeling, and each feeling contradicted the next. So that's just been my journey has been all about um, speaking life and all about trying to help who I can help along the way. So that's been through counseling, that's been through writing, that's been through just volunteering and mentoring. That's just who I am.
Amen, amen, amen. So, what inspired you to start writing?
Um, healing, healing. Uh, as a child, just kind of growing up, my journal was my saving grace. I get a paper and a pen together. It didn't matter what was going on in my life. I could just write it out, and I felt better. So I felt like if it made me feel better to kind of write out my feelings and put it into poetry, and then when I would share with people, they was like, "Man, I felt like that before." So I was like, "Okay, let me put this in a book and share with other people, so maybe they can find themselves in these words and maybe, in a sense, find their own healing."
Amen, amen. So, when was the first time that you realized that, hey, this is something that I could really do? I could become an author. When did you realize that? Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Oh boy. Well, actually, when I was in high school, my English teacher tricked me. We had an assignment that we had to write, and she took my assignment and submitted it to a contest because I was real shy and real private about my writing, because I felt like what I put on that paper was a part of like the innermost part of me. So if you didn't like it, I felt like, you saw something wrong in me when you saw something wrong in my writing. So it was real hard to share it with other people. So she took it, and when it won that contest, I thought, well, hey, maybe this may not be such a bad thing. So it kind of let me start opening up a little bit more. And then when I started working as a counselor, I started to use poetry, not just mine, but other people's poetry as a way to help them process through some of their feelings. And I said, well, maybe I need to do this. So I went to all my journals. If anybody knows me, they know I got about 50 different journals because I write everywhere. Got little napkins. When I used to be riding the train in Atlanta, I ride the train and write on napkins. Wherever the feeling hit, I'd start to write. I took all of that and I made a book from different pieces of my journals. It was something I had to get out there to the world.
But you know what? I always tell people that they need to write their thoughts down sometime, because you
Absolutely.
never know, who you can impact with your words. I applaud you because not all the time. I heard you say that you was critical about what people would think about what you were writing.
Right.
And I think a lot of authors that holds them back from
Yes.
finally releasing. But when they do release,
Absolutely.
it's been something that they needed to do, and it blesses a whole lot of people.
Absolutely.
And definitely in your profession, healing.
Yes, and it is, and I say to any author or any aspiring author out there thinking about it, just push past those fears. It is simply that there are going to be people who are going to love what you do, and there are going to be people who won't like it at all, and that's all right, because your writing is a part of your own personal journey. You're sharing it with the world, but it's really your own personal journey, and however it's received is on them. So you just get it out there.
Because I was
You
going
put
to
it
ask
down.
you, going back to
Uh-oh.
so going back to that first book,
Okay.
when you wrote that first book of poetry, was there did you have to deal with any type of emotional, because I know a lot of people, they deal with writer's block, they deal with emotions coming up with writing the book. I interviewed a lady the other day. She said it took her almost 10 years to actually get her book out, because every time
Wow.
she would go to write, something would come up, and she had to deal with that so that she could go on and finally write that book. But she said when she finally finished her book, there was so much healing that took place in her life. So was there a point in your writing that you had to deal with some things and allow some healing to come?
I think that mine was a little bit different because it was a collection of poetry, and because I was connected to each piece of that. I had already been walking through that healing process. So as I wrote about, because like each chapter I told you was a different feeling. One of the feelings was anger. I had already been walking through that. So as I wrote each line and each word, it was already step by step healing. So it was like taking a deep breath. By the time I finally put all the pieces to that puzzle together, it was like, so it wasn't it wasn't hard. Yeah, there were tears shed. There was tears shed in excitement. Almost like a mom when she's giving birth to something.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wait those 9 months and you go through all those pains, good and bad. But that moment when that baby is out, you're like, this is it. So when I finished, it was like, this is it. This is ready. This is me. This is me. My heart is in my hands, putting it out here in the world. But it felt good, so it was happy tears. It wasn't
And
a
then just looking back and seeing, some of the things that you had to deal with. Just looking back and you seeing that, oh, I was able to overcome this. I was able to overcome this. Oh my God, I went through that. You know, that
Yes,
alone, that alone is something that just brings me joy when I can look back
absolutely.
and say, man, I went through that. I survived. You know, and
Exactly.
it gives somebody else hope. It
Right.
gives somebody else a chance to dream, you know,
Exactly.
because you
And never
never
stop.
know what those words on that page is going to mean to somebody that
Right.
may be going through that anger moment
Yes.
in their life. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Right.
you're definitely walking in purpose. You are
I
definitely
definitely
walking
feel
in
like I
purpose.
am.
I tell you, I applaud you for that book. Um, I know that's not your only book.
Nope.
Would you like to share some of your other work?
Yes. Okay. So that was my start. My start was poetry because that's my heart. That's my passion. And then I also do spoken word. So all of that kind of ties in together. So, but from that one, that random thoughts of a perplexed, relaxed soul is Soul Cries that came next. And it's also poetry and it was an audio book. I remember one time I went and I spoke at a community it was like some kind of community event for underprivileged families and people who needed resources. And I went and I spoke, and I remember this lady there. She was blind, and I was sharing about my book, and I shared some of the poetry from it. And she's like, "Man, I really wish that I could read more of your stuff." But of course, like I said, she was blind, and for that reason, Soul Cries came. I did an audio version with her in mind because you could just pop in the CD and you could still hear everything that someone else was able to read. I didn't want her or anyone like her to miss out on what God had for them in those words, so I made it in the audio version. So that was my second venture, and then I even ventured into the market of fiction with a series called Sometimes Love Comes Around. And it is a crazy, crazy tale of three college girls trying to find their way through life, looking for love in all the wrong places, trying to find their way through life. And
Amen. I can
now,
relate.
exactly, and so many. And that was one of the hardest things for me was because when those reviews come in, you get all this praise and then you get this one bad, and it's so crazy how we focus in on the negative. That one bad review come in and you feel like your world is over. I say to every aspiring author, that negative review is gonna come, and it's all right. For that one, you'll get 100 more that will feel like you spoke right down their vein, you spoke right down their alley to them. So never let that one person deter you from continuing your journey and from getting better every day. So
Amen.
yeah, that I remember that day. That was a hurtful day. But like I said, with that one came 10 more that were rave reviews. So and then it puts me to this place where I am now, where I'm venturing into the children's market. I've been a school counselor for 11 years, and I've worked with high schoolers, middle school, pre-K, well not pre-K, but primary, which is like K through 2,
Hmm.
and now I'm in elementary school, and I really feel like um, that part of who I am is a seed sower. So elementary is my vein. I'm loving it. I'm loving putting, imparting into them how great they are and how bright their future can be. So that's where this book came from. Is me wanting to sow into to young people and to my little girls. I have two toddlers, so I just got a brand new 6-year-old as of yesterday, and a 3-year-old, and I love speaking about how great their future is gonna be, how great their plan for their life is. So that's what this book is called, Do You Know? And it's powerful words of praise from a parent to a child. And each word is an affirmation. You will move mountains. Your future is bright. Your future is great. It's all about just pouring into them when the world is trying to tear them down. So that's kind of where I am now, and that's what I'll keep doing.
Amen. I tell people all the time, you know, it's not a coincidence that God connect me with the people that He connect me with to come on my show and to share because my main thing is educating, empowering, encouraging people to walk in their purpose. And
Absolutely.
none of this would be possible today if it had not been for those babies that I was working with back in Anderson, South Carolina in 2016. Summer 2016, those babies changed my life. Just being
Mm,
able to pour into their life, being able to share with them, being able to see them grow. I'm telling you, we told the parents before they even signed them up for our program that summer. We are a Christian-based program. There's going to be devotionals. Your babies are going to learn how to pray.
right.
So they knew all this before they signed up. A lot of the kids didn't even know how to pray.
Hmm.
But there, I discovered our brown and black authors because
Mm,
when people were donating books, they were donating books, but they weren't donating books that had our babies in them.
right.
And our babies were not picking up those books. They would pick up those books and they would say, Miss Angela, I read. And I would look at them and I would say, well, what's on the front cover?
Right.
They couldn't even tell me what was on the front cover of the book, let alone what was on the last page. So I knew they
Mm,
hadn't
mm,
read.
mm.
So it made me start AALAC, which is African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, where my mission is to bring awareness to brown and black authors all over the world. When I originally started, it was to bring awareness to us here in America, but there's a lot of brown and black authors all over this world, and people need to
Absolutely.
know who we are. And there are some amazing authors with some amazing stories. I applaud you for doing all the things that you're doing because our babies need to see more people like you
Right.
so that they can have something to strive for and
Exactly.
something to model after of. So I
Right.
applaud you for all that you're doing. I can tell you, you are definitely walking in purpose. I thank God for the divine connection. I think we connected some years back, but we never had the opportunity to do what we're doing now.
And look at
And
there. Look
I
how
think it was just, I mean, it was just time. So
timing.
I applaud you for what you're doing. I love poetry. I love poetry too. I'm not really I have a poetry book out. I dabble sometimes. But I love
Mhm.
poetry. And I
Me
want you
too.
to share one of your pieces with the listeners because I do we
Oh, let me
recently
see.
we recently did a couple pop-up poetry lives right here on Facebook.
Ah,
We're actually working on doing one on August the 21st.
okay.
It's gonna be like an elimination, and the last person standing is gonna win a prize. I'm collaborating with a couple other poets, and we're gonna be working this weekend on the final details. So I will definitely send you the information about
That
that.
would be
But
awesome.
I would love to hear one of your selections, and I cannot leave the kids out. I want to hear a little bit of your children's book too, because we got time. And
Okay.
I really want my follower to connect with you because you are an amazing young lady. Um,
Good man.
and I know you get this all the time, but you're an amazing young lady. Um, you're definitely walking in purpose, and I'm super proud of you. Um, I just want to hear some of your work.
Okay. Well, we got to pause for the call because, of course, you want somebody to ask you something, you can't. It's never on the tip of my brain right now. But give me pause. Audience,
You
give me
go ahead.
give me two shakes.
Okay. So while she's gone, again, we have a poetry event that's coming up on August the 21st. So if you are a poet and you would like to be a part of that event, please be following us. Go over to Aspiring Authors Magazine and follow our page, and you will get a notification about the event. When it posts, it will send out a notification saying that we have an event. So please go over and follow Aspiring Authors Magazine page. Not only that, we have a blog, and we're going to be featuring 220 Black and Brown authors for 2020. So if you are an author and you have not signed up to be on that blog, go over and get featured on that blog. Dr. Christie is actually one of the feature authors. Go over and check her out. All her links are posted there. You can purchase one of her books and show your support for her. You ready, Miss Lady?
Yeah, I think I am. I'm trying to see. It's kind of like when you start thinking about what to share. I figured I go to my base. I'm back. This is my very first random thoughts of a perplexed, relaxed soul. I figured I'd start there. But I'm gonna let you pick, Miss Angela. I'm gonna let you pick a feeling, and I'll pick the poem. All right. So I'm gonna give you some feelings, and you tell me which feeling you want me to go with, and I'll give you a poem. All right. So I have love, anger, sadness, joy, confusion, peace, desire, pain, and strength.
Peace.
Peace. All right. Let's see what we got with peace. It's funny. Let's see. Peace.
Because a lot of people they unrest right now, and they need so they need to hear something peaceful right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about let's do nothing broken, nothing missing. Coming into the fullness of who I am in you. Truly comprehending the love that you have for me, the opening of my eyes to the favor that you have placed in my life. Understanding that before I am anyone's partner in the natural, I am first your wife. Nothing broken, nothing missing. Feeling complete and whole through the love that you show me. Embracing all that you have predestined me to be. Releasing the hurt, forgiving my past, allowing restoration to take place. Dismissing destructive thoughts so that I can see all the more clearly your face. Nothing broken, nothing missing. Lack in no area, the search for peace is now over, for I have found my place of sanity, a place full of relief. All encompassing is the tranquility, with nothing broken and nothing missing.
Amen. That was pretty. That was really.
Amen.
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 Amen. So I want you guys to go over to the blog and check her out so that you can I'm going to be posting and I should have did this earlier. I should have posted your link so they can at least follow you on Facebook.
Okay.
But I'm going to post your information afterwards. I'm going to post your Facebook page so at least they can follow you on Facebook if they're interested.
My Instagram and all that.
Share with them exactly how can they connect with you, where they can purchase your book, your website, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
All that
Okay.
good stuff.
So I am everywhere with social media. So I'm author Christie Black-Murrell on Facebook. I am Christie Murrell author at Instagram. And I'm author Christie on Twitter, and all encompassing on my website at www.cblackexpressions. Notice how I add that S on there, .com. That is where I am. You can find all of those, all of my social medias are linked to my website as well. So that's me in a nutshell.
So after this live posted, I'm gonna go back and post your website link so they can at least follow you on your website. Please check her out. She's an amazing young lady that has a lot going on. Do you have anything new that's going to be coming out?
Yes.
New projects?
Yes.
Please share.
So, well, this is my most recent children's book. Do
Let
you
me give
know?
you the
Well, I'm
screen
trying to
right
get it in the
there.
camera. Get it right in the camera. Here we go. So this one is my most recent children's book. Do you know? And it's Powerful Words of Praise from Parents to Child. So that's the one I was talking about with the positive affirmations. But I also have a coloring book that just released. Well, technically, it does an official release on Friday, but it's available pre-order right now. This is a children's book that goes right along with the children's book. So it's also called Do You Know, but it's a coloring book of positivity. Remember that the Do You Know is all about positive affirmations. The coloring book is full of more affirmations, but um, also illustrations for the kids to color and keep, or you can hang them up on the refrigerator, or however you want to do that. In addition, I have another children's book that will release in September. With the craziness that we have going on in our world about injustices and racial division, it's hard for kids to understand such complex issues. So what I decided to do was write a book that would help them understand what diversity means and how it plays a role in their friendships. It's called Friendship. True Friendship is Sweet. And it's about a little black girl and a little white girl and them kind of creating a true friendship and the challenges that they face down in South Georgia. So that will release in September. So that's it. That's all my projects right now.
Amen. Amen. I definitely applaud you for all you're doing. I thank you for coming on today and sharing with my platform,
Thank you for having me.
allowing them an opportunity to connect with you. I want to urge them to go over to your Facebook page and check you out. If you want to purchase a book, please go over and purchase your book. And I tell everybody, if you have Kindle Prime, you can get the book, the Kindle version of most of the books for free.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that you leave reviews. If you do, please leave a review.
Absolutely.
It is very important. It not only encourages the authors, but it gives other viewers an opportunity to see how other people view the book and how other people think
Right.
about the book before they purchase it. It is a great tool for authors. So please, if you purchase the book, or if you're a Kindle Prime user, please go over, download it, share it with your family, and leave a review.
Leave a review.
Make
That is
sure you
so
leave a
important.
review.
Yes. Even if they just do, even if you don't write anything, just put how many stars, because that will at least kind of get people knowing that, okay, this is a book that I should maybe check out. But when you don't, and we don't say anything, and people love, I'm thankful for all the reviews I get back on Facebook. But I need you to put them on Amazon. People love to tell me, oh, it's so great. I loved it. My kids loved it. Please put that on Amazon. Because it makes people who don't know me go out and want to buy the book.
It is a very great tool for authors so they can help them grow. Before we leave, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing today.
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, I thank you for your affirmation coloring book,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very important that we speak over our babies and to
Yes.
speak into their lives. Because in order to get something out of their life, we got to put
Right.
something in. You can't
Absolutely.
pull up to that ATM and expect you're going to get a withdrawal if you ain't putting nothing in there.
All right.
So, if we're not putting in our babies, we're gonna get insufficient funds when we go back to getting a
Absolutely.
job. So I applaud you. And if you have kids out there and all that's going on, and these babies are around you guys so much now, it's time to be pouring into them.
Time to speak some life.
Time to speak life, because we have that power. If you go to
Yes.
Proverbs 18-21, he tell you. So
Absolutely.
you have that power. Use your power. Before we leave, I want you to share something inspirational with the people.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's see. Um, I guess the best thing I can always say is what I always come back to, and that is Jeremiah 29:11.
Girl,
For
that's my
I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and to give you an expected end. So that means you have to expect something. So if you're not expecting a good turnout, a good hope, you don't have a hope for the future, read Jeremiah 29:11 and hope for something great, because it's coming. If you keep your eyes on that and keep your mind set on that, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. You will know that there's a good hope and a good future in place for you.
Amen. Amen. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today. If there's anything that AALAC or Aspiring Authors Magazine can do to assist you on your journey as an author, please feel free to reach out to us.
Yes,
And we will
ma'am.
assist you as much as we can. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for being a guest today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You do the same. Thank you so
Thank
much for having me.
you. So you guys have been up close and personal today with me, Angela Thomas Smith. I am your host. I definitely enjoyed my show on today. An amazing guest, Dr. Christie Black-Murrell. Amazing. Please go over and check her out on Facebook. I am going to post her link so you can check her website out. But please go over and check her out. Support her. She's in a very good author that's there. She says poetry. She has a nonfiction collection out, and she has a children's book out, a coloring book that's about to be released on Friday. And in September, she's going to have another children's book coming out. So please go over, check her out. Again, if you are a Amazon Prime member, you can download most of these books on your Kindle for free. Please leave a review. Show the author that you really support them by leaving a review. Again, like she said, it's good that you support her on Facebook, but it's very important that you leave those reviews and everything. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Please go over and check out our blog. We are featuring 220 brown and black authors for 2020. If you are an author and you've not signed up yet, please go over and get signed up so that you can be featured, so that people know who you are. If you have not purchased a copy of Aspiring Authors Magazine, please support us. Our new issue, July issue, is set to release any day now. It will be live before the 31st. Like every month, we release between the 25th and the 31st. So definitely be on the lookout for that. If you are an author, a business owner, community leader, if you would like to be featured in the magazine, please reach out to me via direct messenger, and I can give you the information to get signed up to be featured. We do half page and full page features. So direct message me and I can get you signed up for that. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I pray that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Join me back tomorrow. We will have two amazing authors on the 12 o'clock hour and the 1 o'clock hour. Again, I thank you guys for tuning in and supporting ALAC and Aspiring Authors Magazine. Again, I am Angela Thomas here. Have a great evening.